Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, welcome if you are new. It's been a while, it's been about 2 weeks. Honestly, I was in Amsterdam for a work trip and my camera got stolen and I even looked into replacing it, but the camera that I was using, also, I don't know what's going on with my makeup today. The camera that I was using is sold out, so I can't even buy it. So you're currently on my old camera, so we'll see how this works out. I'm back, I've missed you. It's been, I think, 3 weeks since I last filmed a video, so quite some time. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with my face. I feel like I'm a bit puffy because it's like hay fever season, but here we are. And today we're gonna film a little bookish vlog, lifestyle vlog situation. I'm just gonna merge the two things together. We're gonna come back, we're gonna call it a day, and then we're gonna move on. But yeah, I'm currently reading Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, which is the second book in the Red Queen series. I'm finding this series weirdly difficult to get into. Like, I find I'm reading it and I've realised that I've like not been paying attention. I don't know if it's tiredness, if it's the book, what, but then I find I'm reading it very quickly. So I don't know what I think about this series, but I'm gonna keep reading it and we will check in periodically. I'm currently on page 238, so just over halfway through. We also have, today is Friday, it's 4 p.m, we finish work at 3 on Fridays, so I overran by a little bit, but here we are. We also have my book journal, which it is currently the 11th of July, and I still haven't put in my July TBR into my book journal because I haven't printed it off yet. So I need to go to the library to print off the little books to go into my July TBR. But I did finish my June stats. So in June I read 17 books, 6,872 pages. It was a good reading month, an average rating of 4.18, and I read 11 books off of my physical TBR, and all the books I read are now in here, apart from Think Again, which I need to print off. And then I've started sticking in the books I've read so far in July, so I think I've got 3 more, or 2 or 3 more to stick in, and then we're up to date. But I need to do a proper book journal update because all the first pages in here, so the ones where I tick off my books I've read on my 25 for 25, the little bookcase that I colour in, the A to Z reading challenge, the favourite books from each month, the series tracker I actually keep up to date as I go, and then this one, which is I colour in a page or a little square every time I finish a book. Those all need updating, otherwise, yeah, I need to do a little bit of book journal updating. When I go to the library, which I think I might do in a minute, although I can't remember if it shuts at 5 or 4, which I'll probably do in a minute if it's still open, is have a look to see if there's any books I should get out. Oh, it closes at 6. Dreamy. Go and see if there's anything in there I want to like pick up and get and take home. I've also got some book merch and some book things to catch you up with. Basically, it's a whole day or even weekend, maybe even like 2 days of bookish updates. So we have a weekend off. It's my first weekend without a plan in the diary for quite some time, and I'm excited to just like chill at home, to catch up with some chores, to do lots of reading. I might even head into Cambridge on the train and go have a little explore. I don't know, but we've got a nice little weekend at home. And as I said, it's currently 4 o'clock on Friday the 11th. I'm gonna go head off to the library. I might take my book and go sit outside somewhere and read it, but I'm gonna go to a library with the intention of printing off the books from my TBR journal, go get a book out, grab some milk, but that's not book related. And yeah, that is the plan. God, it's warm out here. Ooh. Ooh. So I'm currently sat in a park because it's so hot. I've come to find some shade. but I'm just gonna go and sit and read a bit more of this book. I was sat in town reading it earlier. I'm so self-conscious, I'm so not good at this. I did also pick up some bits while I was out. So, I bought a couple of books and went to the library. I'll do a proper haul when I'm back. I got 3 books from the library and 1 book from the bookshop, but I actually couldn't print off the thing I needed to print off because all of the computers in the library were out of order. Like every single one. I've missed seeing this background. Some very exciting updates for my trip around the town that I live in. 1, I made it a decent chunk of the way through this book. I'm now on page 352. I can't remember what page I started on, but I want to say it's around 70 pages-ish. Genuinely think the reason why I was struggling with this book earlier is because I was reading it last night on the train at like 1 AM and it was tiredness, because I'm actually really enjoying it now. This book, in a way that doesn't ruin the first book. In this book there are people, let's just say that they're trying to collect, because the people that they collect will help them win what they're trying to achieve. So the main characters are effectively gathering these people up, and there's a bit of tension as to whether they're gathering them up for the right reason or not. Yeah, I actually really like this book. It features like magical abilities. You have, are they called elites, or is that what they're called on the other series? No, you have the reds. You have the reds and you have the silvers, and the reds are non-powerful people and the silvers are powerful people. And yeah, there's a natural war between the two of them, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I've not got much left. I'm going to finish that off this evening. And then of the books that I picked up while I was in town, one I actually purchased, which is Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Just picked this up in the works. I have all of Ali Hazelwood's books apart from Deep End, which I think is the sister book of this one. I just couldn't find it in the bookshop when I was in there today. So I think the intention will be to read that book first. And then I got 3 books from the library, but 3 very different books. This one is, I've read some books from this author before. I have read, what is it called? I don't remember. I've read Tress of the Emerald Sea by this author before, and it's Brandon Sanderson. And they had another one of the Cosmo novels in the library today. So this is The Sunlit Man. It's another one of like the standalones, but within the same universe as Tress of the Emerald Sea, and there's a few others that he kind of wrote as like standalone books. This one I don't really know a huge amount about what it's about, other than there will be magic abilities and someone's on the run, and I don't really know. But I really love Brandon Sanderson's writing, and I'm really enjoying these standalones. I think I've read 2 of them. I've also got a Steve Kavanaugh book. I read a couple of these books in this series. I can't remember what they all are. One was 50-50, one was 13. And I've either read The Plea or The Liar, I can't remember which one, but this one is The Accomplice. These books follow a lawyer called Eddie Flynn, and he basically only defends people that he genuinely thinks are innocent. So there's a lot of like court case in here, there's a lot of, it's like a mystery thriller, and I just absolutely love it. And then this one, I haven't actually read anything by this author, but I've been seeing loads online about them. So this is Jodie Picoult's Mad Honey, or is it Jennifer Finley Boland? Is it co-authored? I don't know. Potentially co-authored, but this is Mad Honey. This is all it says in the back, and to me this sounds really intriguing. The body of an 18-year-old girl is found at the bottom of the stairs in her family home. Only 2 people know the truth behind what happened. One of them is dead and the other is your son. That sounds wild. So yeah, I've also got that one. So those are my 3 library books and my 1 purchase book. And now another really exciting update, which is currently flashing through some things. I don't really know what's going on with it, but I recently, and I mean by recently, I mean yesterday, and it arrived today, bought a Kindle. I swore I was never going to be a Kindle girl. I swore I was like always a physical book girl. I don't like reading ebooks, stopped trying to like make ebooks happen. And then I downloaded the library ebook app on my phone, and I've actually been really enjoying the concept of reading, especially bigger books, not like physically. It's also really useful for travel, so you don't have to like traipse loads of books around. Now, I know Amazon is the devil, and I know I just know, okay? But there are so many books I want to read on Kindle Unlimited. It's actually not funny. It does feel quite plastic. It does feel quite cheap when you compare it to... My mum used to have a Kindle like back in the day when they were like first a thing. It does feel a bit cheaper than that, but it's absolutely tiny. Like, it's not really that much bigger than my phone, which I actually also like because sometimes you don't have space in your bag for a full-on book. And I have another way of reading books, which is potentially dangerous. But we are home. That is my update. Those are all the things that I got up to while I was out. I didn't manage to print off the little books for my book journal because the library printers were all broken. All of them. Every single printer, no, not the printer, the computers, every single computer had an out of order sticker on it, to the point where they must be doing some kind of update, because how could every computer break? That's just not possible. So I will try again tomorrow. If not, we will try again another point. It's not like it's actually an urgent life situation. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go and sit downstairs and finish off Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. Yeah, also, I feel like I'm just rambling now, but also, do you like my little bookmark? It comes from Literature Stitches, who make the t-shirts and jumpers and stuff that I sometimes buy, but they also make little bookmarks, and this one is the spine of Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, which is one of my favourite series, so I got it in a little bookmark. Slots in there perfectly. It's finally cool enough to just like sit outside in the garden, so I have basically no pages left. On page 402 of a 440 page book, so not very long left, and then I'm going to move on to something on my Kindle, and I'm thinking like a dark romance or something just like quite low effort. But first things first, I'm going to finish off this book. Dinner is in the oven and I don't need to do anything with it for 10 minutes, so for these next 10 minutes I'm probably going to finish off this book, and then we're going to go and finish off dinner. Better. Right, I finished this book. I just sat outside and raced through the last of this book. The cliffhanger is everything you want out of a book like this. I now really want to read the next book. I am going to give this a 4-star, not because I don't think that the book has merit or is a great story or great writing. There's just something about it that I just found periodically, even today when I've slept well, I found myself not quite focusing on it, and I don't really know why. I can't really pinpoint the reason. It could be burnout. It could just be that I've been reading too many books recently. So this could just be right book, wrong time. But I did really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying where the plot is going. I'm enjoying the like brothers and the main character and her relationship with the two brothers, and I'm excited to see where that's going to go. The author ends this book with one of the main characters in a less than ideal situation, so to find out how that's going to like round up in the third book is very intriguing. This is a 4-book series with like an additional 4.5 book. So the next one is King's Cage and the last one is Warstorm, and I'm quite excited to see how the whole story is going to wrap up. I feel like they've now just created loads and loads of issues, so they've got to spend like 2 books probably rounding all the issues back up again. Anyway, so I have now got some rice cooking on the hob. I've got the salmon in the oven. I'm going to go chop up some salads, have it on the side, and then we're going to have like a sweet chili teriyaki salmon rice salad situation. And in the meantime, I'm going to go pick a book on my Kindle. Alex is outside cutting the lawn, so I'm trying to avoid going out there because it's quite noisy. But our lawn was quite out of control, so he's out there right now. Let me see if I can... He hates being on camera, so that's as much as I'm going to show you. But yeah, he's outside cutting the lawn. When he's finished, I'm going to go sit back outside again and read something on my Kindle. But what that thing's going to be, I don't know.
And I am 240 slow burn, which honestly...
It is the next day. Safe to say, it's sunny and it's hot, hence why the curtains are closed, to try and keep the house a bit cooler. but I am wearing just a bikini top and some pink shorts, and I'm probably gonna go sit outside in the garden. I need to put some sunscreen on, and we still need to eat breakfast. But anyway, I'm up. I had like a really nice bath. So I washed my hair, I shaved, did a face mask, did a hair mask. You know, just like a really nice little slow start to the morning. So it's 20 to 11 and I'm only just like up and about. It's giving, I used to do this all the time when we lived in Greenwich, and I just haven't really done it much since living here. We kind of just get up and out quite quickly, but a little slow morning this morning was actually really nice. Anyway, I have been reading on my Kindle. How do I get back into the menu? Is it this one? I don't know how I get out of the Kindle, so I can't remember what book I'm reading, so I'm gonna have to put it on the screen. I'm currently on page 296. I'm 65% of the way through. It's a dark romance. We have a man who's like a hacker, who's the son of a serial killer, and what do you call them, trauma nurses? I can't remember. The people who deal with like the worst kinds of accidents, like stabbings and car accidents and whatnot. So she's like a trauma nurse. He is a hacker. You know what, you can gather what's going to happen. They're currently intertwined with the mob now. Like, it's getting quite ridiculous, but it is quite fun, and it's what I wanted, was just like a light-hearted, easy to read book. Oh, it is so hot outside. I keep having to come in as like a break from the heat because it's almost just too much, but I have made it to page 384 of my book, and I've just made a smoothie. I think I put slightly too much milk in it. It's really milky. What can you do? So yeah, I keep sitting outside for I'd say about 15-20 minutes, and then I come inside and cool off. But it's really, really cute. So we have a bird feeder in our garden. We have two actually. And our garden is like surrounded by hedges. So instead of, and we've got a little bit of fence there. The predominant border of our garden is hedges. And then we have an apple tree, or a pear tree. It's a pear tree. We have a pear tree. And so there are loads of birds in our garden, and sat outside reading while all the birds come in. It's honestly so cute. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit in the garden and keep reading this book, but I'm 84% of the way through, so coming up to finishing it off. I am actually really enjoying it. I would say because it's a spicy dark romance book, and that is a large plot point, but there is also like this secondary plot point of, I don't want to tell you what the plot point is because I think it's kind of will ruin it, but there's a secondary plot point that almost is more of like a thriller plot line that I'm actually really enjoying, and that is like allowing the story to feel like there's more going on. So yeah, I'm actually really, really enjoying it, and I think there's a second book, although I hear a lot of mixed opinions on the second book, so we shall see. And then also I bought flowers last night at the supermarket. Don't they look stunning? So I bought some carnations, which are these little white and pink ones. And then I bought this. I don't know what this is called, but I bought a little bouquet of this. I think it was like £2, just to like stuff in with the carnations. So it kind of feels a bit more like a bouquet. And I just love fresh flowers. I finished my book. Right, let me sit you down. I've also brushed my hair because it was like air drying under a hat. So when I took my hat off, it looked, let's just say interesting. It looked interesting. So I gave it a bit of a brush, and it still looks a bit mental, but at least it's like evened itself out a little bit. But I finished Lights Out by Vanessa Allen, which was the book I was reading on my Kindle. I've already downloaded the second book to give that a little read. Albeit the first book, why is this so long? The first book does kind of feel like the story's wrapped up a bit, but I'm gonna read it nonetheless. Right. My brain just sees like other tasks that needs doing and just like... Right. I have picked up my next book, and I'm going back to physical books because as much as I have a Kindle, I'm still me, and I still love a physical book to read. And I'm going to read my book from the library that I picked up yesterday. This is The Accomplice by Steve Kavanagh, which is about a woman who's married to a serial killer, because apparently I'm in a serial killer kind of mood. I have read a couple of books from this. It's like the Lee Child, Jack Reacher books. I'm pretty sure there is an order you're supposed to read them in, but you can kind of just read them in whatever order. But they follow a lawyer called Eddie Flynn, and for this one, There's a Sandman killings have been solved. Daniel Miller murdered 14 people before he vanished. His wife, Carrie, now faces trial as his accomplice. The FBI, the district attorney, the media, and everyone in America believes she knew and helped cover up her husband's crimes. But Kindle, enjoying it. I mean, I have been reading ebooks on my phone for the last, pretty much since the beginning of the year. So I have been like easing into the not physical book life for a little while, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I will keep reading books on my Kindle, but I also have a lot of physical books as well as a library that has a lot of books in it. Honestly, sat in the garden, having a nice time, reading my book, get stung by a wasp. I don't think I've been stung by a wasp since I was a child. What? I just got attacked by a wasp. I think I got to like page 4. Like, I was sat outside for not very long when the wasp attacked me. Nightmare. Anyway, I'm gonna go sit inside and read because nature attacks me. Put a top on. This is one of the book merch things I need to show you about. It says introverted but willing to talk about books. And you also get a free tote bag, I think when you spend over a certain amount. So this is my new tote bag. But I'm going to do take 2 with the library and try and print off the little books in my book journal. So I'm going to take a book with me, partly to keep the paper safe because I like to put it in here, and partly to keep reading it. I did take the jacket off. It's actually just really annoying, but I'm about halfway through. So I've got to page 154 and I think the book is just over 300 pages. So I probably will stop in town somewhere and sit and read for a bit. See you in a bit. Bye. I'm back from town and I'm hot and I'm sweaty, and despite the fact I had a bath this morning, I'm having a shower before I go to bed. But I got my little books printed off. So for those of you who don't know, I have a book journal. Well, I filmed a bit of it in this video, but I have a book journal and I print off little books just at the local library and then I stick them in my book journal. Oh, it's so warm. To be fair, it's 29 outside, so it's not going to be long until you can open all the windows up, and it will be colder outside than it is inside. I read more of my book. I'm now at I've like just over page 200. Still loving it. There's something about this writing, it's just so easy to like binge read. I just love it. Steve Kavanaugh falls into the same category to me as like a Frida McFadden or a Lisa Jewell. I can't think of any other examples, but just like really easy to read thrillers. And this one is a bit more court casey because you're following a lawyer, while Lisa Jewell and Frida McFadden, you're following more like normal people. But yeah, I love them nonetheless, and I'm going to keep reading them, and I'm trying to cool down. But I'm going to spend the next little while cutting out stuff and sticking them into my book journal. And I will share with you a little update. Right, so I've filled out the book journal. There's only one page I haven't updated, and it's because it's the page I hate to update. But what updates have I made? I've coloured in all the books. I've very nearly finished the first 2-page spread, and then I've got another 2 pages ready to go. I filled in What a Way to Go in the alphabet. So I've got 3 letters left to go, J, X and Z. I put in my favourite from June, which was Heartless Hunter. I stuck in my little monthly TBR into my July spread, and I filled in my missing books. So book journal has been updated. I am going to go finish off my Steve Kavanagh book outside. Our garden is now in the shade at this point in the day. It's 5:30. So the main part of our garden is now in the shade. It's the front garden now that has sunlight. So I'm going to go and sit outside in the shade and finish off my book. There's a bit of a breeze. It's feeling a bit cooler. So yeah, I'm going to finish off my book, and then I think I might read a book from my monthly TBR next. And I'm leaning to The Wren Hunt by Mary Watson. I think that's what I'm going to read next. So I'm going to go finish off my book. I might even start the next one, and I will check in with you guys later. It's giving winter. The lights are on, the lamp is on. We are well and truly into the evening, but it is 9:20. I've made a decent dent into this book, so I'm currently on page 130. I have to say I'm kind of following it, but kind of not. This book has, I think, like 2,000 and something reviews on Goodreads, and the rating I think is like 3.2. So I didn't go into this book with the highest of hopes, but yeah, I'm just really struggling to work out what's going on and what the plot is and why I'm reading. But I will keep going. And then while I have you, I thought I would show you the merch, or not merch, the like book stuff that I bought. So I have a couple of things already from Literature Stitches, and I put in another order and I got some more things. So one of them is this top. At the moment I have it tied up at the back, so like this little tail, because it is quite oversized. Like, I can't remember what size I got this in, I'll put it on the screen, but it is a really like big baggy t-shirt. I actually really like it, and I kind of want to buy some more from this shop. It's a really nice material. It's quite thick, it hangs quite well, it fits quite well with this little like tuck thing I do at the back. It works really well with high-waisted trousers, but otherwise it's like a big baggy t-shirt, so it works quite well with things like leggings. And yeah, I like it. I kind of want more of these. I also bought another sweatshirt, so I already have one, and it says Fueled by Tea and Books, and it's in white, and I really like it, but it does get quite dirty quite quickly. So I bought another sweatshirt, but this time in a blue. The sweatshirts I get in a size large. I am a UK size 14 to 16, depending on the shop, and this is still quite oversized, like it's still quite baggy, so I got it in a large, and this one says, "I'm just a girl," which girls can achieve a lot. I'm not saying that this is like a expression that I live by, but it's kind of fun, so I got it anyway. And then I also got this green hoodie. I don't really wear hoodies very much, but I now live in an old house and it gets very cold in the winter, which is a funny thing to say when it's currently 30 degrees outside, but it's quite cold in this house in winter, and I thought it was best I'd probably get something ready for that season. So I got a little hoodie in a really nice green colour, so it's like a forest green, and it just says "Not today," which is such an energy. I wore this on a Friday work from home day and dialed it into my Zoom call, and my colleagues like had an absolute field day. So yeah, this hoodie just says "Not today," and it's an energy that I thrive with. When I went to Amsterdam, which is where my camera got nicked, so you would have seen it if I was able to get my camera home, I wore this on the plane on the way over, because planes are really cold. So yeah, big fan. But yeah, this was like a good little catch up. I've let you know all the things that I've been up to. We've updated my book journal. We've been reading some books. I've shown you the book merch that I've bought. I've hauled a couple of books. We've gone to the library. I bought a Kindle. It's been a busy old 2 days, and I'm very happy to be back. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, leave a comment, you know what to do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!